Hello Taurus and welcome to your Astroflower reading for the month of February. So we're going to be going through the Astroflower, the 10 petals on the Astroflower, but using the 4-petal system where we've got the base petals there, which is the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and then we combine in the spiritual path and the material path and how your guides and the universe is going to be helping you out. If you don't know much about the Astroflower, you are forgiven. It is a very new concept. It's something that's been dragged out of me over the last 30 years as an energy healer and dowser. So if you want to learn a little bit more about it, we have loads of links in the description below. There's introduction videos, there's books. There's also our sister channel, Cymatic TV, where I do energy updates on the vibrations of the ley lines or the energy lines that go around the earth, how they connect to the sun, the other planets, and then obviously to you and I through our chakra and our aura system. So please do go along. You can do that once you've subscribed and click the bell, because if you're going to want to know more, you're going to have to click that bell to get future notifications once you've subscribed on both channels. So, Taurus, yes, February 2022. What a couple of years we've had. It's been mad, isn't it? In all sense of the term, you know, we've got into a new paradigm. There's a complete shift there was a complete shift going on. It's been going on for some time, which we go into the on the Cymatic TV into the new paradigm, and you know, there's a lot of things that are going upside down and topsy turvy and stuff like that. So February, Taurus, you'll be into your winter now, so you know, take stock of yourself, look after yourselves, and don't forget that in this month here you should be sort of sorting out what you've been doing physically over the last year, and what would you like to do better in the coming year. So sorting out all the physical sort of things. This is a real end of year reading. Look at this. Yeah. So Taurus, there's a couple of things that want to come out there. Blimey. Have you been in the wars or what? What have you been doing? Yeah? Gee whiz. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, I wouldn't be running around the kitchen kind of going, this is amazing. It is amazing. But not in the sense that we thought. So let's just have a look what's going on. The end of the month is actually a lot better than the beginning of the month. Maybe it's because at the beginning of the month you realise you've got things to do. So the end of the month looks a lot better than the beginning of the month, and it seems like there's a moment in 2 weeks' time where a cycle's going to come to an end, and you're going to change your fortunes in the spiritual sense, and eventually start on a new path and regain faith in maybe in love and in friendships and stuff like that, and regain you know, and have to do a lot of, you know, you'll be doing a lot of work under the ground, as it were, under the surface, because you're going to be doing, I would have thought you're going to be doing quite a lot of thinking. As I said, you're in the second month of second sign of your winter, of your autumn, sorry. So, you know, it's all about the physical. So do look after yourself, you know. So on the spiritual sort of side, the universe is trying to offer you gifts. Now, the devil usually is sort of addiction and stuff like that, but he's also the bearer of light. You know, he enlightens your path. You shouldn't follow the light. You should allow it to enlighten your path. If you follow the light, you won't be on your path. It'll just be like a fly buzzing around a candle, or moth buzzing around a candle. So the universe there is sort of trying to help you out here, and I think they're trying to give you a clue as to what is holding you back on the emotional sort of front at the moment, and it's going to be to do with that, the fact that you may be wanting to try to carry too much, of the world upon your shoulders, and maybe the universe is sort of kind of saying, be realistic. This could be a bit of an addiction from your end, and you may have to just let go of a few things. Yeah. And if you do that, the following week there seems to be a transition. Fortune in your spiritual sort of sense, and turning from one aspect to another in your life, because what comes after that is the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's sitting at the base of the tree of life, and she's sure within herself. She's even got the branches in her hair. She is rich in experience of life, and it seems like there's an experience that you've got to go through. I think it's going to take more than a month, but it may be in several parts. We'll see what the reading's like next month, and the weekly readings that we do on this channel, to sort of see if that sort of pops up on a regular basis. But if you do sort of just be careful of the burdens that you're carrying of the rest of the world. If you lighten that load a bit, because it's also the end of a journey, 10, and that may bring you good fortune in the spiritual sort of sense. So happiness and harmony, So yeah, interesting, that sort of side. On the physical side, you have maybe it's a case of deception, and it could be self-deception, really. Sometimes, we can all be our world's worst enemy at times. And this is the the Seven of Swords. It's pretty quick, and it takes it. He's captured a bird and he's put it in his bag, so he's taking it out. And what he's doing there is actually, he's using the birds in traditionally the swords, in order to disarm something that is actually causing him harm. So he's being, this month here, you got to, not to be a trickster. That's not what I mean, but to work smart rather than hard. Maybe that's what it's sort of saying to you. That's what your karmic path is this month. Work smart rather than hard, which is not really, not the Taurus is not smart. That's not that. But, Taurus, they tend to sort of they grind a lot out. And they're really good at doing that. There's nothing better than a Taurus at doing that. But maybe this month you need a bit of hand, because, as I say, physically might be a little bit difficult for you. The universe here is sort of kind of, Five of Cups is all to do with a disappointment. And they're sort of saying, with the Ace of Wands that come with it, you're disappointed that those cups have actually fallen over and they're emptied, and there's one that's emptying out, and but she's still got a full one in her hand. And the thing is, when you empty those cups, that means you can refill them. So then, therefore, you can start a whole new journey, and it might be a little bit painful, that starting of that new journey. And I think it's being realistic with yourself on the material front, or on the physical front. Be realistic with yourself. I love sport. I've done loads of sport when I was a kid. Still go running with my dog now when he's about. And it's understanding of that. Being realistic, that as much as I love running, I couldn't just walk out the door and do like a double marathon. It's just not going to happen. And maybe that's the sort of thing. It's being realistic with yourself. And I think this month here is really important. And that's because you've also got the King of Swords there. And this is it. You've got a very royal end of the month. The King of Swords is all to do with being just, or justice, and also knowing how to fly. But not fly as in like a bird, but literally fly through things, so you don't really get caught up in the nitty gritty. Excuse me. And this should help you start on that new journey. And what it will install inside you over this month generally is that sense of love and contentment and being fulfilled. If you let go of something, the 10 and the 10 of swords, you know, the end of the journey of something could be painful a little bit, but it's making space for you by the looks of things. And I think that space will turn up really later on in the year. So it'd be interesting to see how it comes out through the readings, the next monthly reading, and the weekly readings that we do here. But yeah, as I say, I think it's going to be more sort of in May you'll really see the fruits of those labours there. Okay, so let's just connect these weeks together and see how they fly. Look at that. It's leading you to there. I think basically the universe is saying things could be a lot easier, Taurus. You know, things could be a lot easier if you smart, not hard. Yeah? Fair exchange. So this is what it's sort of saying. You know, there's too much on your shoulders. And that's the sort of... I think that realisation should come in the first week. And then once that realisation is in place, you're going to have to make a judgment, play smart, be smart in the thing, and you're going to have to make a judgment. And that judgment may cause you a little bit of a heartache. You know, it might cause you the end of a story. You know, it might saying, I've got to take that new job, you know. And it comes from there, I think. I think it comes from mainly a disappointment in the world, or the old paradigm of the old world of what we lived in, and we've now moved well into the new paradigm. You know, the Nine of Pentacles means that you have the harvest here ready for that Ace of Wands journey. So it's actually, you know what? It's turning out really good for you, Taurus. You know, as at the beginning I was quite worried, but I'm going to have that card, I think. I don't know what it was. I'm going to have that card. Queen of Cups. So you've got Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords. As I say, it's very royal up there. Let's just see how that sort of connects together with the Nine of Swords. So basically, this is might cause you complications, you know, overthinking things. You know, that's what it could be. A case where you're overthinking things. And your guides are sort of telling you this, sort of saying, this side here, you know, you have a plan. You've got to stick to that plan. You know, even in the autumn period. If you've got a plan that starts off in the summer, you know, in your summer, which is sort of back in October, around that sort of time, you know, if you started plans around that, September and October, October, November, December, sorry, then, you know, you're going to be in a position where you've got to stick to the plan. If you stick to the plan, then it's going to flow through. And I'll just be wary of the outside world, of the influences from the outside world. You know, how do these all connect together? With strength, yeah, and with the Ten of Pentacles. This is really good. Really good. This might be love coming in for you, or you know, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think it's love as in two people. I get this a lot at the moment. Maybe it's because we're in Aquarius season and they're a very humane sort of sign. You know, it's all about humanity. But it seems to be falling in love with the world. Is that right? It seems like it. And you've got to walk away from that disappointment of the old paradigm. Let's just see how these sort of connect together there, going between the lovers. There you go. With the King of Cups as well. And let's see what we got on there. The death of and into new reborn. So I think that sort of runs pretty true to us. You've got a cycle where you've got realizations in the first part of February, And then through those realizations, it's going to make you make not necessarily choices, but obviously follow the path that you're supposed to be going down. But if you do that and you stay clear within yourself, in your mind, you know, you're going to find the world very loving and supporting by the looks of things. And you will have everything at your fingertips by the end of the month. You know, it's a really progressive month for you guys, which is quite a pressure, you know, quite different for someone in autumn. But good though, there's good reflections, and we all need to do this every year, 3 months before our birthday, is to just look gently over the 3 months, what we've been doing, what we like to do, what we don't like to do anymore, what we want to start new, everything like that. What sort of experience we want to do emotionally, and then act upon it after our birthday. You know, and it seems to be pushing you in that sort of direction. But it's a really nice reading, Taurus. Really solid. You know, that bull is pulling a long haul. You know, he's hauling a long row, sowing a long row. But you're doing well. And if you stay true to yourself, you're really going to come up with the goods. There you go, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, and I hope that helped you out to give you a heads up for this coming month. If you could subscribe and click the bell, then you'll get all the notifications for our future readings. We will be having readings coming up later on this week for the week afterwards. So that's the week from the 7th through to the 14th of February. So that's going to be really interesting to see. Okay, so in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. And do please enjoy.